back on the Facebook Live. Just gonna wait for people to jump on. Just gonna have a little wait. Takes a while these days to get anyone to notice. Probably because I made a few posts a day about global warming. I hope everyone's been able to deal with the global warming today. Hope haven't been too hot, especially those of you who are in the south of England. I hope you haven't, had to get the sun cream out. But I digress. Today, I want to talk to you about: are you a vibrational match? Are you a vibrational match for what it is you desire, for what it is you're asking for? I think this is a really important topic to go into, because it's very easy to get caught up, especially in the modern world, and to be on a low vibration. And generally, all the things that people would actually like in their life are things that are vibrating at a high frequency. And it's very easy, especially if you're listening to the mainstream, the news, to be brought down into a low vibrational frequency where, hate, anger and all that reside. And so it's one of the things I actually want you to think about when you're moving forward into what you actually want in life. What are those things that you want? Do you want to have love in your life? Do you want to have wealth and abundance? If so, are you operating and are you vibrating on that frequency? Because most of us aren't, because of everything that's going on in our life. So there's two ways to really get where you want to go. There's either to match the vibrational frequency of what you want, or you can hustle. And that's somewhere I've been in the past, and it's something that I'm really trying my best to go into a more flow state. It's very easy especially for men, fire types, to go into that hustle, just to burn the candle at both ends, go. I'll work harder than you. And you see it all the time on podcasts, on YouTube videos, on different channels. Be the hardest worker in the room, outwork the next person, you get up earlier, etc. But that is coming from a very yang place. And if you have too much yang, as always, if you have too much fire, what happens? We get drought, we get burnout. And it leads to a lot of people, especially women as well. Men, too, especially women though, getting super burnt out, getting ill, and not ever wanting to go back to that place again. And so it doesn't mean you haven't got to put in the work, actually work smart, or get up and do things. You need the masculine, you need the yang there to ground the feminine. But you can come and you can operate from a completely different perspective. And this is something I'm going into with one of my mentors at the moment. Things we're going into, like money energetics, health energetics. I mean, it's something that you always talk about in health. When you're vibrating from a frequency of love, from abundance, from health, everything's much easier. You're in a flow state. You're not trying to force things. You'll probably notice it as well in life when you feel like you haven't got enough time. It's something I've been guilty of before in the past. People think they haven't got enough time. They speak very quickly, they act very quickly, they're rushing everywhere, they get nowhere, and days fly by because they feel like they haven't got any time. That's actually their reality, that's their perception. Days fly by. Whereas actually when you're more balanced, when you actually have the right amount of yin and yang in your life, the day unfolds much more relaxing, in a much more flowy way. Things don't just come at you super fast. You're actually able and equipped to deal with things that come up, and you have more time. It's almost like you probably see, you've heard of sportsmen like this. They get to a stage where everything slows down, and it's because they're completely in flow. They're in a flow state, and that's where I want, obviously, you guys to get to. Myself is something I'm aiming for as well. And I've been listening to so many good people on this recently. Menlian Leia's one, Regan Hillier's another one, and talking about being a match for the things that you want, that vibrational match. So, for example, everything that they purport in the mainstream, as I said before, very low energy. All the stories they put out there, they want to bring you be fearful. They want to put you into a state of where you're, in survival mode. You believe in all the things that they say. It's their magic. It's how they live off your energy. But if you don't want to hustle and you want to get to the levels where you're enjoying life, you're loving life, you're doing all the things you want to do, you're working with the people you want to work with, you're doing a job that you love, you have love in your life and abundance, then another way to get there, other than hustling, is to actually match the vibrational frequency of those things. You've probably seen the chart where you've got like enlightenment up here and love, then you've got anger and fear down here. And so when you start to match those frequencies, when you start to open yourself up and start to make yourself a channel for those things can come into your life a lot easier. So things you can do, as I said before, staying away from anything that lowers your frequency, like the mainstream, like poor quality food choices, like being super stressed. For example, even working out too much, alcohol, things that just lower your vibrational frequency, and instead doing things that uplift it. Meditation, breath work, spending time in nature, listening to fantastic music, eating beautiful health-giving foods, staying hydrated, listening to people and frequencies. Music is another one. Listening to music, but also people that can get you to be uplifted, to feel inspired. All these things coming from a place of love and abundance, coming from a place of, rather than this is happening to me, this is happening for me, what can I learn from it? All these things are really, really important when it comes to leveling up your vibrational frequency. And trust me, it's something I deal with all the time as well. I am not perfect on this. I can get frustrated. I can get moments of anger. And look, with the sun comes the moon, with water comes fire. You need both. But if you're in that channel or that frequency, the majority of the time, where you're open, where you're flowy, where you're open to anything magical coming around the corner, it's one of the great, one of those great affirmations is something fantastic is just around the corner. When you start to live life like that, rather than thinking, oh my God, where's the next paycheck coming from? Oh, they've done this, they're doing that. I said before, understanding what's going on in the world and preparing for it are very different things to like understand what's going on in the world and being drowned by it, being fearful of it. So, using the knowledge you've got to propel yourself forward and to be an energetic match for those things. So before, wealth, love, abundance, health. Start to do those things and watch as your life changes. Now, this isn't something that's just going to happen overnight, but it's something that you can implement, daily. Are you like reading things rather than the newspaper? Fear, remember, fear porn sells a lot more papers. But are you reading things from people that inspire you, that uplift you? Are you listening to music that inspires you, that uplifts you? Are you around people that inspire you and uplift you? Are you eating foods that are gonna give you health, increase your health, or are you eating foods that are gonna lower it? So just start to be really mindful about this, guys. Look into the things you want and the vibrational frequency that they're actually on, and see if you're matching them. When you start to do this more and more, things will come into your life. Remember, you act first and the universe follows. You don't, I mean, you've got to ask the universe for it, but you've got to act. So many times people are like, oh, I'm not going to do this, or I'm scared to implement something. But the universe has given them a little inkling of what could happen if they start moving forward. But the universe wants you to take action first. It wants you to move. Once you start moving, the universe starts to put things in place for you to move forward. As I said before, people will come into your life, situations will come into your life, might be a job, might be a partner, might be someone reaching out to you, whatever it may be. When you're on that energetic frequency of this being high vibrational, love, happiness, etc., these things will come into your life. They can't not. Remember, everything is energy, everything is frequency. For example, if you're going to answer a message on your phone, only answer it when you're in a good state. Little tips you can do. If you're going to put out a post, like for me, I only go on there when I've got a good energy. I'm like, yeah, I really want to do this, because it's transferred. It's the vibration you're putting out there. You know, if you're going to speak to someone that it's a really important conversation, make sure you're in the right frame of mind to do it. Make sure you're at high energy. There's things you can do to change your vibrational frequency, like movement. Tony Robbins does that a lot. He'll get things to go up and down because your physiology changes your psychology and vice versa. But you can put on some music straight away, a song that you like, that will change your vibrational frequency. Put on a podcast, ring up someone that you love, whatever it is, you know. But just ask yourself, yeah, are you operating in the frequency that the things you want are, or are you coming from a low vibrational frequency? Are you letting outside things affect you? One of the other things is, it's really good for this is stoicism, you know, understanding that what you're doing and how you live, so I would say, let me just rephrase that, how the outside world, whatever can be going on, has no impact on how you live. That's going on out there, and that's great, but you can only impact what you can impact. And once you start to live like that, you know, it's something I've been implementing for quite a while, stoicism. It's really allowed me to change. I used to be a hothead when I was younger. Things used to frustrate me. I'd fly off the handle. Now I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I've had issues in airports where before I'd have been going absolutely crazy, delays or things not working out. I'm like, okay, well, worst comes to worst, we'll get a flight the next day. Nothing you can do. All you can do is remain calm. And even that, rather than getting dragged into the depths of being stressed and angry, it keeps your vibration nice and high. So remember, people, get yourself into a vibration that can match the things that you want, and things will be drawn into your life. Yes, there's always a time for yang, for working hard or working smart and just grounding, but give time for that yin energy, that flow. You know, that's where magical things can happen. And start to believe that something fantastic, something wonderful is just around the corner. If you haven't already, a great book for this is A Happy Pocket Full of Money. There's loads of text on this, which is one of my favourites. I'm actually going to do a little, probably reel on my 5 favourite books, but that's one you can look into. And just start to come at things, you know, start to be super intentional. How you're showing up in the world. You know, are you showing up as happy, energetic? Are you someone that people want to be around? Or are you low energy? Is everything frustrating? Is everything getting you down? You know, what music are you listening to? It's easy to let other people influence you, but when you start to be mindful about what environment you're putting yourself in, who you're surrounding yourself with, what you're drinking, what you're listening to, what you're doing in the day, you know, and giving yourself time. Remember, you've got time. Things will start to change. Anyway, I hope this has been impactful and insightful, people. Lots of love. I'm going to be doing a video actually on the Total Health Revival course soon as well, because I feel like with everything that's been going on with Revive and getting the program out, but also bringing out the protein with Kaizen, that I may have not explained just how in depth the program goes. So I'm going to go into that. And yeah, I'll be putting out more videos throughout this week and moving forward. Podcasts are coming out, so keep looking into that. If you do listen to the podcast as well, please subscribe or leave reviews on either iTunes or Spotify or wherever it is, because it helps get the information out to more and more people so we can change more lives. And the more we grow that, which is going to be one of my big things I want to do this coming 12 months, is really grow the podcast. We get even bigger guests on. We've got some really great ones lined up. But anyway, people, it's all coming. And yeah, if you need any help with your health, you know where to get me, ryan@reviveyourself.co. Do that. Stress management video, we can do that. And also, if you want to get your health, you know, I said before, you can email me, but the Total Health Revival course is going to be fantastic for so many of you, because it's going to not only get you healthy, it's going to teach you how to stay healthy mentally, emotionally, physically, nutritionally. Something I want to go into in the next video. Just because the testimonials we've been getting through, the reviews have been fantastic, and I just want to explain a bit more about it, because if you haven't gone through the program already, you maybe don't understand just the true value of it, which I'll get into. Anyway, that's for another time. Stay happy, stay healthy. Beware of the global warming. Make sure you get your sunscreen out, because I know it's really warm out there today. But yeah, lots of love, people. Stay happy, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.